What is up, YouTube? Silver Dragons here, and in this video I'm talking about the top 3 silver bullion scams that you should try and avoid. Thank you so much for watching my video. I sincerely appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing because I have a lot of really awesome silver related content coming out. But this one is all in the top 3 silver bullion scams that you should try and avoid absolutely. So this is my own personal list. If you have anything you'd like to add, please leave them in the comments. But let's kick it off with number 3. Okay, so what's the third silver bullion scam that you should absolutely try and avoid? And that is fake silver. So there's a lot of fake silver floating around out there. I personally don't have any to show you, but I will show you a buffalo round here. These are made by the millions, really, and these definitely can be faked. Really, any silver can be faked. But this is 1 troy ounce 999 fine silver. And the best way to avoid buying fake silver is to buy from reputable dealers. So to avoid this scam, I would absolutely not buy from any private sellers. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to test the silver, make sure it's real. This right here is a real silver round. But that's a topic for another video. Also, don't buy any silver from China. So I'm not saying don't buy like a Chinese silver panda. I'm saying don't buy any silver that is being shipped from China. And that goes from gold as well, because most of the fakes out there are coming out of China. So if you go on eBay and you see something that it says it's silver and it's either close to spot or even under spot price, it's probably fake if it's shipping from anywhere in China. So Shanghai, stuff like that, absolutely avoid those. And like I said, don't buy from private sellers if you aren't really well versed in figuring out if the silver is real or not. So that's sort of buy at your own risk, but you can avoid all that if you just buy from big, reputable online bullion dealers. So, or even local coin shops that, test their silver. So it's really up to you. Do you want to buy from trusted dealers online, such as Provident Metals, JM Bullion, stuff like that? Or do you want to go to a local coin shop and trust that person to make sure they've done their due diligence in testing that the silver is real? Lots of them will test the silver, or they'll even test it for you when you purchase it. So that's something to note. But I think if you're buying from reputable places, for the most part, you should be okay not buying fakes. Definitely always test it yourself. But that is one scam that is absolutely out there. And I have heard people say stuff like, oh, American Silver Eagles, they're very trusted, and they are, but they'll say, oh, well, they're like never faked. In fact, when I first started stacking, I was under the impression that they were pretty much never faked because it is illegal to fake American Silver Eagles, and they are U.S. currency, so that's a real big crime. But they are still doing that in China, so if you're buying stuff from China online, I would just recommend not doing that at all. So that's the best way to avoid buying fake silver, which was the number 3 of the silver bullion scams that you should be trying to avoid. Okay, so what's number 2? So when you're trying to buy silver bullion, you're effectively trying to buy silver as cheap as you can to get your stack up, buy low, and then either sell high if you're trying to sell later down the road, or don't sell. That's up to you. But one thing that I need to include in the scams is numismatic coins, silver proofs, and slab silver. To me, these are all scams if you're trying to get silver bullion. I'm not saying that they're not cool things to buy. I'm not saying that you can't collect them. I'm not saying that I don't buy them or I don't enjoy them. I'm saying that if you're a new silver stacker, you could totally get the bait and switch on these and end up paying way more money than you should be paying for silver bullion. So silver bullion, generic rounds, silver coins, generic silver bars. These are usually priced at $1 to $2, $3, $4 over spot, somewhere in there to be considered bullion. But once you start getting into numismatics, proofs, and slab silver, wow, the prices go up dramatically. So a lot of these online companies will try and push this stuff on you because they have higher premiums and they can make some more money. Let me show you a few examples. This is an American Silver Eagle here. And this is slab. It's 2017 MS69 First Strike. This is the only one that I own. It was given to me as a gift. I actually didn't buy it. But I would never buy this because the price is just absolutely outrageous. So instead of buying something like this, buy something like this, okay? Buy it outside of the capsule because you'll pay way less for this same thing. It's the same coin. Well, this is a different year. I think this is a 2015. But still, the design hasn't changed. It's the same coin, but you're paying way less to buy it outside of a capsule. So there's no reason to buy anything that's slabbed in a capsule like that and graded if you're going for silver bullion. To me, that's a complete scam when they try and sell you stuff like that. What was the other one I mentioned? Proofs. Okay, here's a proof right here. And proofs are really cool. They're very, very shiny. It's going to catch the reflection there. But they're a different finish than what most silver bullion products have. They make it shiny like this. And the premiums are outrageous for proofs. They're much, much higher. So to me, if you're just trying to buy silver bullion, buy it the price as low as you can, then avoid stuff like this. They are cool, they're fun, they are collectible, usually lower mintage. But for silver bullion, you know, if you're just trying to stack on the cheap, there's no reason to ever buy silver that's in proof form. So when they try and push this stuff on you, either at coin shop, which is fairly rare, I would say, but definitely online. When you go online in the suggested, you'll see all this sort of proof stuff, or you'll click on a silver coin and you'll see its proof counterpart. And you'll be thinking, wow, that's cool. It has a higher price, but it also has a lower mintage, so maybe I can make some more money off that in the future. Avoid it. It's a total scam, in my opinion. They are cool. They are collectible. People love the proofs, but they're not for silver bullion buyers who are just trying to buy the lowest price possible. Now, the other one I mentioned was Numismatics. This would be considered a numismatic coin here. This is a Morgan dollar. It is a 1881. I don't think it's a key date or anything. I mean, I think it's a fairly common date. Let's see. So yeah, it's in fairly good condition as well. You know, I'm not very good at grading coins, but I would say this is in decent condition. It does have the S mint mark there at the bottom. But anyway, this is, you know, collectible coin. So this would carry a heavy premium over the silver value. So if you're just trying to buy silver bullion and someone's trying to sell you silver coins and they're saying, oh, well, they're rare and collectible. Yeah, it might be true, but you're going to end up paying way more than the silver value. I mean, right now, this is probably only worth about $12 in silver, but you're going to end up paying way, way more for a coin like this in this condition. I mean, you're probably looking at like 30 or 40 bucks. I'm not exactly sure. Because I don't really buy collectible Morgan dollars. This was actually a giveaway win that I had a while back. So anyway, the numismatics, proofs, and slabbed, in my opinion, are scams when they try and push that stuff on you if you're just trying to buy lowest price silver bullion. Okay, let's get to my number one on the top 3 silver bullion scams, and that is fractional silver. Oh my goodness, what a scam. The prices that they're charging on this fractional stuff is outrageous. And I'm going to give you a really good alternative to buying fractional. But let me show you a few pieces here. This is, let's see, I think this is a 1/5 of an ounce, or maybe it's a 1/4 ounce. It should show it here at the bottom. Yeah, 1/4 ounce, 1/4 troy ounce at the bottom there, Golden State Mint. So it would take 4 of these to make an ounce of silver. Okay, and they charge you a ridiculous amount to get these smaller ones. And there is a reason why they have to make money on them. I get that. But there's no reason to be buying fractional silver when silver is only like $15 an ounce. In fact, today it just dropped even lower. It's in like I think $14.60 as I'm filming this video for the spot price of silver. So let me give you an example of why they charge more for these, and it might make sense. You know, hopefully it will, and you'll be able to understand it. So here's a 1/10 ounce right here. So if a company wanted to make a bunch of generic silver rounds, either 1/10 ounce or 1 ounce, they're going to have to get dies made. And essentially it's the same cost to make a 1/10 ounce as it is to make a 1 ounce. So let's say the overall cost after they make, I don't know, 10,000 of these pieces ends up being, let's just make it easy, and let's say it costs $1 per piece they make, okay? So if you look at the spot price of silver right around 14.60. They would have to sell their generics over 15.60 to make a profit, right? Because it costs $1 to make them. So they're going to sell their 1 ounce silver rounds for, I don't know, 15.75 or maybe $16 and make a little bit of profit off the 1 ounce ones. And that's okay. That, you know, that's not terribly outrageous. I would still consider that in the silver bullion realm. So those are probably okay to buy. But then you look at these 1/10 ounces, which they cost the same to make, but there's much less silver in it. So this one, with the example we gave, would be $1.46 spot, but a $1 to make it. So $2.46 for this 1/10 ounce. And then they got to make money, of course, right? So they're charging like $2.75 for these, which if you add up 10 of these, that ends up being $27.50. That's outrageous, and that's way over the price of silver. So if you're buying fractionals, which anything less than an ounce I consider to be a fractional, you're going to have to pay much higher premiums. And to me, it's a total scam when they try and push this stuff on you or say that you should be buying stuff like this. And, you know, some of the arguments for buying fractional silver, they'll say, you know, it's easier to break up, it's less than an ounce, but with silver being so cheap, you know, you don't really need to do that, and there is a better alternative. But before I tell you about that, I do want to show you this tiny little, if I can get it up here. Here we go. Look at this tiny little 1 grammer. And you want to know what the premium is on this one? It's outrageous. These cost like $2, okay? They are cool. They look cool. It's a little 1 gram of silver. It's the Illuminati eye. But when you're paying $2 for 1 gram and it's 31.1 grams in an ounce, what's that premium? 60 something bucks? Outrageous for an ounce of silver. So total scam, in my opinion, buying the fractionals. If you want to buy fractional silver, don't buy fractional generics like this where they cost a lot of money to make. Instead, buy constitutional silver. This is all fractional. So constitutional silver, you can get very close to spot price, so just buy that instead. Here's a Merc dime. If you want to get fractionals because you want to be able to break it up into smaller than 1 ounce of silver, then that's fine. I've got no problem with that. And I think a lot of people should be doing that because there is some value in being able to break them up, especially if the price goes up dramatically in the future. But just buy constitutional or generic silver instead because it's much cheaper. And these were minted a long time ago. This one was made back in the 20s when silver was way cheaper than it is today. And so, you know, they were able to, and they made millions of these. And so they're able to make these at a much lower cost than the generic stuff they make today that's fractional. And so way better to buy stuff like this than stuff like these. Okay. So that was my top 3 silver bullion scams. And in this video, I basically just wanted to cover a few things that maybe new stackers weren't aware of, and also just give my opinion on them. I think all 3 of those, fake silver obviously is a scam. I think when they're trying to push proofs, slabs, and numismatics on you, masquerading them as silver bullion when the prices are way higher, those are scams. And I also think fractional silver is a total scam for the premiums that they charge. And they might even have to be charging those premiums, but I think if you're trying to buy silver bullion, that's just absolutely terrible. So anyway, definitely leave me a comment down below if you have anything you'd like to add to the conversation. I sincerely appreciate every single one of you watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Silver Dragons out.